Camilla's intense glances toward Princess Charlotte have not gone unnoticed, and there may be more to them than meets the eye. At the heart of this tension is Charlotte's deep admiration for Princess Diana, whom she lovingly considers her true grandmother. Every Mother's Day, Charlotte reportedly writes heartfelt letters to Diana, expressing her love and affection. This enduring tribute has stirred feelings of jealousy in Camilla, who has long struggled to be accepted within the royal family and the public. Once labeled an outcast and often remembered as the other woman, Camilla has spent years trying to reshape her image. She has worked diligently to present herself as a dutiful Queen Consort and a supportive figure in King Charles's reign. Despite officially becoming the Queen Consort, stepmother, and grandmother, doubts about her authenticity continue to linger among some members of the public, and perhaps even within the royal family itself. Surprisingly, one of the youngest royals, Princess Charlotte, has disrupted the carefully managed image Camilla has cultivated. With a bold statement, "I'll show you the real Queen Camilla," Charlotte has hinted at a side of Camilla that isn't often seen in public. What led to this unexpected outburst? And what does it reveal about the dynamic between them? The turning point came during a high-profile royal event, where the eyes of the world were watching. Cameras captured every detail as members of the royal family, including Princess Charlotte, Prince George, and Prince Louis, stood behind King Charles. At one point, 11-year-old George appeared to pinch his sister, prompting Charlotte to cry out in discomfort with an audible "oh." A photo taken after the Queen's funeral even appeared to show Charlotte in tears, confronting her brother in a moment that broke the usual royal decorum. While most of the family maintained composure, Camilla's reaction stood out. She glanced toward Charlotte with a stern, unsmiling expression. Subtly, she rotated her hand and appeared to point a finger in Charlotte's direction while whispering something that looked like "take her." Though brief, the moment revealed a flash of frustration, one that seemed at odds with Camilla's public persona as a loving grandmother and steady royal figure. This small but telling episode, viewed through Charlotte's eyes, offered a glimpse into the complex and sometimes tense dynamics behind palace walls. It left many wondering, who is the real Queen Camilla, and how much of her image is performance? During the solemn royal event, a subtle yet controversial moment unfolded. Queen Camilla appeared to gesture toward Kate Middleton, seemingly instructing her to remove Princess Charlotte from the gathering. This unexpected directive raised eyebrows and sparked public debate. Many questioned whether such a reprimand was necessary, particularly during an event being broadcast to millions around the world. Why, they asked, was Camilla chastising a young royal in such a public and visible way? Body language expert Judy James weighed in, suggesting that if Camilla was indeed scolding Charlotte, it seemed unjustified. According to James, Charlotte has typically been the royal child who upholds protocol during major occasions, often helping to keep her brothers in line. This made Camilla's gesture and behavior all the more perplexing. It painted Charlotte as a disruptive child, an image that clashed with her usual composed and responsible demeanor. The Queen Consort's actions, under global scrutiny, appeared more critical than maternal, which many viewed as inappropriate and ungracious. Adding another layer to the moment, Meghan Markle, who was also in attendance, was reportedly seen offering Charlotte a gentle, sympathetic smile. It was a small but telling gesture, one that seemed to acknowledge the young princess's distress and subtly challenge Camilla's harsh response. Judy James also pointed out the complexity of Camilla's relationship with Charlotte. As a step-grandmother rather than a biological one, Camilla's stern look and commanding body language could be interpreted as overstepping her role, making the situation feel even more uncomfortable. Further analysis of the event came from lip-reading expert Jeremy Freeman. According to Freeman, Charlotte may not have cried out in pain as it initially seemed, rather, she might have been instructing her brother, Prince George, with the words, "You need to bow," in a whispered tone. If true, this would reinforce the idea that Charlotte was once again upholding royal decorum, not disrupting it. Nonetheless, Queen Camilla appeared more concerned with maintaining surface-level formality than recognizing the natural, expressive behavior of children, especially under high-pressure circumstances. Despite being just a child, Princess Charlotte has shown exceptional maturity and composure on numerous occasions. Far from being a troublesome presence, she often serves as a guiding figure for her younger brother, Prince Louis, and even her older brother, Prince George. She has embraced her role as the protective big sister, a quality seen in many public appearances where her calm demeanor and gentle guidance stand out. From the moment Prince Louis was born, Charlotte has stepped into that nurturing role. Just 2 days after his birth, she was already looking out for him, showcasing a bond and sense of responsibility well beyond her years. While William and Kate provide the foundation of stability for their children, Charlotte has emerged as a natural leader among the siblings, observant, composed, and quietly commanding. Kensington Palace officially announced the name of Prince William and Kate Middleton's third child as His Royal Highness Prince Louis of Cambridge. To commemorate his birth and Princess Charlotte's third birthday, the palace released a heartwarming photo of Charlotte gently cradling her newborn brother and placing a tender kiss on his forehead. This sweet moment marked the beginning of Charlotte's visible role as a loving and protective big sister, a role she would continue to embody in public life. On June 5, 2021, during Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, a celebration marking 70 years of her reign, Princess Charlotte once again demonstrated her maturity. Seated alongside her mother and younger brothers as they watched the royal pageant, Charlotte noticed Prince Louis sucking his thumb. Without hesitation, she gently took his hand away from his mouth in a subtle act of guidance. It was a touching glimpse into her natural instinct to care for her siblings, even amidst a grand royal event. Another memorable moment came during the Trooping the Colour parade held in honor of the Queen's birthday. As Prince Louis enthusiastically waved to the crowd from their royal carriage, Charlotte discreetly lowered his hand, reminding him to observe royal decorum. Her calm and composed intervention illustrated her understanding of the family's public responsibilities, even at such a young age. Charlotte's guiding presence was also evident during Prince Louis's Easter debut in 2023. The royal family attended the traditional Easter Sunday service at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle, where Louis made his first official appearance. Dressed in coordinated blue outfits, the family walked together, with Charlotte offering her younger brother a warm, reassuring smile. Later, she was photographed holding hands with Prince William while casting a discreet glance at Louis, ensuring he remained composed amid the crowd and ceremony. During King Charles III's coronation ceremony, Charlotte's protectiveness was once again on display. As she and Prince Louis entered Westminster Abbey, she held his hand to help guide him through the formal proceedings. At the close of the service, she led him out with a steady and calming presence, reinforcing her quiet leadership among the youngest royals. Her nurturing nature was again apparent during Princess Catherine's Christmas Carol concert, an event that marked Kate's return to public duties. In a particularly touching moment, Charlotte helped Louis post handmade Christmas cards into a special post box outside the west door of the venue. The cards were intended for children facing hardship during the holiday season, and Charlotte's actions reflected not only compassion but a sense of duty and grace under public scrutiny. Despite all these moments showcasing Charlotte's thoughtfulness, composure, and care, Queen Camilla's actions during a high-profile royal event seemed to contradict that image. Her apparent instruction to Kate Middleton to remove Charlotte, following a minor outburst between the children, raised questions. Why, many wondered, did Camilla treat Charlotte as if she were a disruption, especially when the young princess had consistently proven herself as a poised and dutiful child? Interestingly, Princess Catherine did not comply with Camilla's directive. Instead, she allowed Charlotte to remain, standing her ground calmly and respectfully. The event ended without further incident, with Charlotte regaining her composure and maintaining her poise, an embodiment of the well-raised, graceful young royal she is. However, Princess Catherine's restrained demeanor could not mask her dissatisfaction with the Queen Consort's treatment of her daughter. Much of Catherine and William's parenting philosophy diverges from the traditional royal model. According to royal expert Jenny Bond, the Prince and Princess of Wales have adopted a more modern, relatable approach to raising their children, one that places family before royal obligations. Unlike Prince William's own upbringing, where royal duties were often prioritized, he and Kate are deeply committed to ensuring their children enjoy a grounded and nurturing environment. Kate once famously said, "I won't be rushed when it comes to my kids," in response to pressure from senior royals. Her philosophy was shaped by her Shaping Us initiative, an early childhood development project that emphasizes the critical importance of the early years. The impact of that initiative is evident in her gentle, involved parenting style. Now, as they prepare to move their family from Kensington Palace to a more modest cottage on the Queen's Windsor estate, William and Kate continue to chart a new course. Their parenting choices reflect not only their values but also the legacy of Kate's own upbringing. Much of her approach is inspired by her parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, who provided her with a stable and loving home life, a model she now seeks to replicate for George, Charlotte, and Louis. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has long been intentional about replicating the warmth and happiness she experienced during her own childhood. This approach stands in sharp contrast to the historically rigid parenting norms within the royal family. Traditionally, royal responsibilities have often overshadowed family life. For instance, Queen Elizabeth II, burdened with the crown at just 25, was frequently absent from her children's lives during their formative years. Similarly, Prince Charles and Princess Diana's tumultuous marriage and eventual divorce deeply impacted their ability to parent Prince William and Prince Harry consistently and collaboratively. Catherine, however, came from a grounded, supportive household, one defined by joy and emotional availability. Drawing from her upbringing, she broke away from the monarchy's emotionally distant parenting model and embraced what is known as controlled parenting. This hands-on method focuses on attentiveness to a child's needs, coupled with warmth and emotional responsiveness, all while setting healthy boundaries. One of her cardinal rules at home is no shouting. Instead, she prioritizes listening, encouraging her children to express their emotions and frustrations freely without fear of punishment. This parenting style has reshaped the environment in which Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are raised. Catherine's home fosters open communication and emotional connection, qualities not traditionally associated with royal upbringing. Despite being fiercely private about her family life, she gave rare insights into her role as a mother on a podcast, explaining how her own upbringing informed her duty-first perspective on parenting, but with a personal twist. For her, that duty is first and foremost to her children, not the institution. Her unwavering commitment to family was evident even during her pregnancies. In 2015, while pregnant with Charlotte, Catherine requested a full maternity leave, a decision fully supported by Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Charles. Again in 2018, after giving birth to Prince Louis, she insisted on another extended break to focus on her growing family, reinforcing that motherhood came before public appearances. In 2024, this philosophy became even more visible. Following her cancer diagnosis and chemotherapy treatments, Catherine made the difficult but intentional decision to step back from royal duties to focus on her recovery and her children. She publicly acknowledged the challenges of treatment, admitting there were good days and bad, but always placed her role as a mother above all. A touching video emerged during this period showing her with her children and parents, a quiet testament to the enduring bond within her family, even in times of personal adversity. Despite their demanding schedules, both Catherine and Prince William remain deeply involved in their children's daily lives. William reads to them at bedtime, helps with baths, and often shares school drop-off and pick-up duties. Instead of relying on a full staff of servants, the couple has chosen to run their household as normally as possible. The children help set the table, clear their plates, and tidy up, values of humility and shared responsibility that Catherine insists on. Prince William fully supports his wife's parenting style. In the book Catherine, the Princess of Wales, he is quoted as saying he is committed to doing things differently from his father. William has been vocal about how Prince Charles's work before family approach left both him and Prince Harry feeling overlooked and emotionally adrift during childhood. His father's retreat into royal duties, especially during hard times, created distance and a sense of abandonment that affected their bond. While William does admire his father's dedication to service, he remains determined to give his own children a childhood rooted in love, emotional presence, and stability, one markedly different from his own. Over the years, William and Charles have worked to repair their relationship, especially following Prince Harry's departure from royal life and the United Kingdom. But despite this reconciliation, William's parenting values remain firmly rooted in a family-first approach, one that puts the emotional well-being of George, Charlotte, and Louis ahead of ceremonial obligations. The apparent heir to the British throne, Prince William, is not only a prominent senior member of the royal family but also a devoted father of three. Over the years, he has become acutely aware of how his own upbringing shaped him, both positively and negatively. While he holds no resentment toward the parenting style of his father, King Charles III, or his late mother, Princess Diana, William has made a conscious decision to adopt a very different approach when raising his own children. Born on June 21, 1982, Prince William Arthur Philip Louis was the first child of then Prince Charles and Princess Diana. His birth was a public celebration, with the royal couple proudly presenting their newborn to a cheering crowd just 2 days after his arrival. From an early age, William split his time between Kensington Palace and Highgrove House, where he began learning the customs and expectations of royal life. However, even from the moment of his birth, Princess Diana was already defying royal convention. Rather than following the traditional practice of home births for royal heirs, she chose to deliver William at St. Mary's Hospital in London. This simple but symbolic act marked the beginning of a more modern and personal approach to monarchy, one that would define her parenting style in the years to come. Princess Diana played an instrumental role in shaping William's childhood, opting for a hands-on, emotionally engaged method of parenting that aimed to offer her sons a sense of normalcy. Despite their royal status, she worked diligently to ensure William and his younger brother Harry were not shielded from the realities of the outside world. Diana often took the boys on outings beyond palace walls, sometimes joining her on private charity visits to expose them to the challenges faced by ordinary people. According to royal biographer Andrew Morton, Diana's goal was to prevent her sons from becoming out of touch with the real world. She didn't want the boys growing up thinking the world was just about four-wheel drive Range Rovers, shark guns, and nannies, he explained. Through these real-life experiences, William and Harry were instilled with compassion, humility, and empathy, values not commonly emphasized in traditional royal parenting. But William's early years were not without difficulties. According to the Palace Papers by Tina Brown, William was known to be a headstrong and challenging child. Some within the royal circle even referred to him as a brat, while Diana herself jokingly described him as a holy terror. At nursery school, he was nicknamed Basher Wills due to his strong-willed and occasionally aggressive nature. Queen Elizabeth II once confided in her husband, Prince Philip, that Prince William was out of control and needed stricter discipline. However, such discipline was absent in his upbringing, largely due to the marital struggles between his parents, especially with Camilla's presence as Prince Charles's mistress. According to royal biographer Tina Brown, William would often boast, "When I am king, I'm going to make a new rule," and occasionally snap at his nanny, Barbara Barnes, saying, "No one tells me what to do. When I am king, I will have you punished." Despite these challenging moments, Princess Diana maintained her affectionate, hands-on parenting style, which gradually shaped William into a more grounded individual. In November 1985, Diana expressed her deep devotion to her children, saying, "Most important, my role is being a mother and a wife. I live for my sons, I would be lost without them." This heartfelt statement highlighted her dedication to William and Harry, positively influencing their relationship. Historically, the royal family has adhered to a formal, distant approach to parenting, particularly in public. Queen Elizabeth II, rooted in traditional royal protocol, would greet her son, Prince Charles, after his royal tours with a handshake, rather than an affectionate embrace. However, Diana's approach was markedly different. From the moment she became a mother, Diana was openly affectionate with her sons, frequently hugging, holding their hands, and engaging in playful activities both in private and public. One notable example occurred in 1983 when Diana and Charles visited Australia on a royal tour. Despite it being against royal tradition, Diana insisted on bringing her 9-month-old son, Prince William, along for the trip, as heirs were typically left behind during such tours. Diana's desire to keep her children close to her continued to defy tradition, as evidenced in 1987 when she was photographed holding Prince Harry during a vacation in Mallorca, Spain. These gestures of affection were rare for the royal family, who often relied on nannies to care for their children while maintaining a formal public appearance. In 1991, during a yacht trip to Toronto, Diana was photographed joyfully embracing her sons, a moment that broke royal norms. Prince Harry later recalled in the documentary Diana, Our Mother, her life and legacy how his mother would engulf him in tight hugs, showing the deep, unwavering love she had for her children. Diana was also the fun, active type of mom who engaged in playful activities. In 1993, she took her sons to Thorpe Park, where they shared a laugh on a log flume ride. Another memorable moment occurred in 1990 when Diana allowed her sons and their friends to bury her in the sand during a vacation on Necker Island. These playful moments, captured in pictures, became cherished memories for both William and Harry as they shaped their understanding of love, family, and parenting. Unfortunately, Diana's hands-on approach was cut short when she tragically died in a car accident, marking a turning point in the lives of both William and Harry. After her passing, the boys were left to be raised primarily by their father, Prince Charles, who adhered to the traditional duty-first approach to parenting. This focus on royal responsibilities often kept Charles absent from home, which created a gap in his relationship with his sons. While this absenteeism instilled in William a strong sense of responsibility and duty, it also left him determined to raise his own children differently. William often expressed the belief that had Diana been alive, he and Harry would have experienced a more fulfilling and emotionally present childhood. Even after Charles married Camilla, the latter struggled to step into a motherly role for William and Harry, given her complicated history with their mother. As William transitioned into adulthood and eventually fatherhood, he drew on the lessons from his own childhood and consciously sought to avoid the negative aspects of his upbringing. He adopted Diana's nurturing parenting style for his own children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, creating an environment filled with love, warmth, and support while still fulfilling his royal duties. Despite the demands of his position as heir to the throne, William makes time for meaningful moments with his children, often engaging in physical affection and play. One such moment was during a royal tour of Canada, when photographers captured a heartwarming image of Prince George hugging his father tightly. Kate, the Princess of Wales, is frequently seen holding her children's hands, picking them up for cuddles, or gently comforting them with a pat on the back or a stroke of their hair. Another memorable moment occurred on William's birthday in 2020, when Kate took a playful photo of their children piling onto William's back, laughing together. These instances exemplify the warmth and affection in the Wales family, demonstrating their commitment to raising their children with love while balancing the royal tradition. So far, William and Kate's children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, are growing up in an environment that nurtures both their individuality and their connection to the royal family. Whether it's the cheeky, fun-loving Prince Louis, the charming and responsible Princess Charlotte, or the mature and thoughtful Prince George, the family's parenting approach is evident in the well-rounded, happy upbringing of their children.